Imagine being attacked simply because you're black. Now imagine your attackers spend little to no time behind bars. What would you do? Would you walk away? Would you let it go? Or would you find another way to fight back? Because that's exactly what happened to 5 black women in 1980 after they were attacked by the KKK. And yes, I said that right. 1980. A lot of people like to act like this was just way back when, but no, there are cases, documented cases from 1980 even to today where people have committed hate crimes against black people. It's probably not going away anytime soon, but it's a thing. I know a lot of people like to imagine that racism is in the past, but it wasn't. But these 5 black women, they did something incredible. The justice system failed them, so you know what they did? They sued the Klan. Yes, they sued the Klan. And honestly, it's a shame that many of us have not heard this story. I hadn't heard this story until recently, which is insane because it's a huge story. They changed history 100%. But let me take you back and tell you what happened. It was April 19th, 1980. 4 black women, Viola Ellison, Lela Mae Evans, Opal Lee Jackson, and Catherine O. Johnson were in Chattanooga's black neighborhood waiting for a taxi near what was then 9th Street, an area commonly known as the Big Nine. They were ordinary women going about their evening. Then a car came down the street. Inside were 3 members of the KKK. And then the men opened fire. They used shotguns, firing from the moving vehicle. The women were struck. All 4 survived, but the attack wasn't over. As the men continued down the street, they encountered another black woman. Her name was Fannie Mae Crumsey. And this is one detail about the story that often gets lost. Crumsey wasn't standing with the other 4 women. She was at or near her home. According to accounts of the case, she was tending to her garden when the Klansmen fired again. The shot missed her, but struck a nearby car, sending flying glass into her and injuring her. That made 5 women injured in the attack. 5 women who would eventually become known as the Chattanooga Five. 3 Klansmen were charged in connection with the shooting. Their names were Marshall Thrash, William Church, and Larry Payne. But this is where the story gets really complicated. They had an all-white jury, and we all know how that ends. So basically what happens, 2 of them got off completely. No jail time, no prison time whatsoever. And the other one, Marshall Thrash, he was convicted, but like a way short sentence. He was sentenced to like 9 months, but he didn't even finish his 9 months out. And you know what these women did? They fought back. They didn't just lie down and let it happen. And that takes like strength for you to go through something like that that's so traumatic, and you're having people call you. Like they said they were getting like threats. Of course they were getting threats. Calling you all the time, threatening you, and you're just like an average person. You're not a politician. You're not anyone that's looking to get into any drama or trying to get famous. You were just an average person who they decided to attack on the street one day. And that's the crazy part. That is the crazy part. And they hired someone who wasn't thinking, well, how do we get them, charged and convicted? No, how about we just sue them? Because suing them seemed to be more effective, because unfortunately we all know that they were not going to get convicted. So suing them was the next best thing. And that's exactly what those women did. And I'm so proud of them for not just lying down and not taking it, because a lot of people would have folded in that situation. That is a scary situation. You've got kids, you got grandkids, and then you've got people threatening you. Your life is in danger. They knew that if they tried to get them convicted, that it was not going to happen. They were going to get an all-white jury and get off again and again. So they took another route. And I will say it was the smarter route, because especially during this time, there was no way. They were definitely 100% going to get away with it. And they still kind of did, because they didn't serve any jail time or prison time. They kind of just lost a bunch of money in damages. But I will say it is sad that a lot of us have never heard this story before. We've heard about Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, all like the people that you constantly hear about, but not these 5 women, these 5 brave women. Because again, they weren't politicians. They weren't looking to become famous or anything like that. They were just on the street one night and they were randomly shot at simply because they're black. Comment down below and let me know what you think. And have you heard of these women? I really want to know, because again, I recently just heard them. So let me know down below.